this is Kitty!
Hello everyone, it is Junie and there is a new update out, and with that is a new chest. Now, you need to either get a friend who can buy the banhammer or do what I'm doing and join a global player realm. You always want to make sure that you check the servers because you can only do this if the owner is the one using the hammer on you. So I've joined this server. It's a very lovely server. You can see me checking the owner is here, and you kind of just have to wait to be hit with the banhammer. Once you have been hit, the game will automatically teleport you to the dungeons. You will spawn in cell 1, and from here you need to go into the toilet and there should be the chest in there. Bear in mind that this only happens in newer servers. If you get teleported into an old server, you need to do the process again and just pray you get into a new server. Is a new dress up item. It's the dungeon chains item and it has 4 toggles. Now, because it is the Tidalglow update, it is only wave 2 out of wave 3. There should be another update coming. We're not sure when. I believe the jet ski class will be coming with this update. But that means August is coming up. Now, for a lot of people who play Royal High, they are in school. However, August is the 6-week holidays over in the UK, which means you have a lot more free time to play Royal High if you so wish. So I'm just going to talk through some farming routines I would really recommend. So what I'm doing here is I play 1 or 2 rounds of musical chairs just because if you score quite high, you get around, I think it's 100 XP, which is a third of the way to leveling up. So I got 90 XP from getting 4th, which just shows, even though it takes quite a while, musical chairs is really good. From here I go into art class. I tend to play a couple of rounds. The only problem with art class is that it can get very repetitive and a little bit boring at times. So only use art class if you're wanting a more laid back, relaxed sort of farming routine. Okay, so I also want to talk through how many levels it takes to get to a certain amount of diamonds, so you have a sort of goal that you want to aim for. So there are 31 days in August. Let's say you level up 5 times per day. That is 155 levels across the whole month, which gets you to around 300k. So even if you don't have the time for that, 1 level a day, that's 31 levels over the whole month, 58k, right? Really good. But if you do 10 levels if you have the time, 310 levels gets you to around 500k diamonds. When you put it into perspective like this, you just need to be aiming for a certain amount of levels per day if you want to get the diamonds that you want. I would definitely recommend doing the maths if you're very focused with it, because doing the maths puts so much into perspective about how long it's going to actually take you to get there. Because if you say, oh, well, to get this many levels or this many diamonds, that's only 5 levels per day across the whole month, suddenly that goal of 100k doesn't sound so scary anymore. Okay, so I didn't do it in this video because I was just trying to make sure I had some footage in the background, but I would definitely recommend doing Campus 4 routines. If you have access to a private server, just do the morning routine over and over and over again. If you get tired of it because it's too repetitive, switch to a public server. You get more XP in public servers than you do in private servers. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I'm assuming it's because you compete with other people, so it's worth more. However, doing the morning routine and having breakfast and doing votes if there's anyone else in the private server is very useful because of how much XP you get so quickly. There were times where I would level up twice depending on how I started because of just doing that. All of the mini quests get very little XP, but when you put it all together, it can sometimes be enough to level you up or even just level you up halfway. The classes themselves are also very good for getting that XP, it just depends on how good you are at them. If you know the swimming spinner glitch to not fall off, definitely use it. I would normally share those types of tricks, like how you do it in Campus 1, going to dress up. However, the only problem is sharing those sorts of things online. Campus 4 can often get them patched. As I'm sure many of you will probably already know, how well you do in each class depends on the XP you get. Currently, I am working on a spreadsheet to try and find out where the barriers are for each level. So, if you have any screenshots or any evidence of XP you get, please do let me know so I can add to it. I will be putting the link to the Google Doc in the description so that you can access it. It is consistently updating every Campus 4 day I do. I would also like to say Campus 4 is quite grindy. You have to pay a lot of attention to it. Always try and pick up the diamonds where you can. Do the shooting star mini game in the afternoon. Do what you can on Campus 4. It is so good for farming. However, it is also very time consuming and you have to put a lot of attention into it. If that is not your type of thing, definitely do the art class and maybe musical chairs depending on how fast you get out. If you don't want to do any farming whatsoever, I would definitely recommend do the AFK method that I have done for many years. It has worked consistently. What you do, you just leave your device running. Every 20 minutes, your hygiene and sleep will deplete to 0. Refilling both gets you 115 XP, I believe, each. And then you have hunger that is still depleting every 12 minutes. It isn't on display anymore, however, it is still there. When you refill that from 0 to 100, you get 100 XP. Just filling up these needs alone, so say you do all 3 within that 20-minute span, already that is a level up because it is 325 to level up. If you do that multiple times throughout the day, you can still level up multiple times, you just have to leave your device running in the background while you do something else. Of course, with the update, it wasn't just the chest. There was also 3 new hairs that were all animated with their own physics. There are a few new mermaid item shops. I don't think there's any new tails, and there's loads and loads of 2D clothes and custom makeup that is now available. But with that comes with a lot of farming that will be needed for when mermaid trading is available in, as of recording, 8 days. So doing this now might be good to start saving up for that. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you found any tips interesting or helpful, please do consider subscribing. It means a whole lot to the channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!